Hey, it's your co-hosts Haley and Caitlin popping in with a little motivation to get your week started off right.
Hello and welcome back to the Thriving in Wellness podcast. This is episode 1, well, technically first Monday motivation of season 3. And we are so excited to be back for this summer into kind of transition into fall season. So by the way, I'm so ready for fall already. I think it's like the 115-degree weather we've been having, but I was telling my husband, like, I'm ready for rain, but I got like 3 months left. Anyways,
We're here.
I know I need to move out of California where it actually gets rain in the summer. Anyways, we are talking today all about how to feel your best when you're traveling, because this is the time of year a lot of people are traveling, fitting everything in, all the vacations in. So we want to make sure that you have some both mindset and tangible things to work on to help you really feel your best. So I'll start off by talking about a mindset thing. Is I hear a lot of people, or I see a lot of people, and this is something I used to do as well when I was in my all or nothing season, I guess you could say, is when you're at home, you're really restrictive with everything. You're on top of it, you feel on top of it. And then when you're on vacation, you're like, well, I'm on vacation, anything goes, I can eat whatever I want, no movement, whatever it is, whatever that mindset kind of gets you into. But the issue with that is when you're in that mode and that mindset, putting weight aside, whether you have a weight loss goal or not, we're not even talking about trying to lose weight on vacation. We're just talking about feeling good so you can actually enjoy the vacation. And I find when people get into that mindset and they're not staying consistent with any of their healthy habits, they tend to not feel great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people tell me all the time, once they realize how food makes them feel, they're like, oh, I don't really like overeating or eating burgers because I feel so sluggish afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And so like keeping a little bit of that in check, which I think socially can sometimes be a little challenging because there's this like almost pressure to go overboard and really do
Mm-hmm.
things on vacation.
Yeah, I definitely think so. It depends kind of what your surroundings are, what kind of vacation you're going on. I think that makes a big difference as well.
For sure.
But one of the others, like on the flip side of that, we don't want you to then feel guilty if you do enjoy some foods, right? If it's
Sure.
something it's out of the ordinary that you wouldn't normally eat, especially if you're traveling to a different country, like you want to try the food. So there's that balance there. You don't want to feel guilty about enjoying something that maybe is a little bit more indulgent, but I think there is a balance to be had where you're not going, like you said, overboard and overeating where you physically don't feel good.
Yeah, and again, kind of taking this away because I think so many people think they're like very weight focused oftentimes when we're thinking
Yeah.
about like feeling good on vacation. But from more of that like gut health, like food sensitivity side, because I am so like strictly dairy free. I'm still dairy free when I'm on vacation because,
Mm-hmm.
and like really that's the time when I really want to be dairy free because I don't want to be like super bloated when I'm on the beach and just feel awful.
Yeah.
Uh, and so like something like that, I'm still going to continue that, but if I for some reason was like I really want some ice cream, I'm not going to feel guilty for having a few bites.
Yeah, it's all about the intention behind your choices for sure. And I think this episode is really meant to be just feeling your best, definitely not weight focused at all. Because I remember when I used to have this mindset, like I would feel so sluggish, like no amount of coffee could wake me up. And like I felt so bloated. I was constipated constantly on vacation. That's never fun, especially if you're on a beach or lake vacation. That's never fun either. So that's some things to think about around mindset, but we also want to make sure that you have some like tangible things to work on to really follow through with this and help you feel your best. So what are some tips that you give to people when they're heading out on a trip or vacation?
Yeah. So always bring healthy snacks. I mean, that's always a good thing to do all the time, but especially on vacation, because you're going to be out of your normal routine, and you may not have food easily accessible depending on what you're doing. So making sure that you have healthy snacks so that you can like avoid overeating when you finally get to the point where, the next meal is available, preventing yourself from feeling like absolutely starving.
I want to add one thing to that. My
Yeah.
mindset around snacks too is yes, just having things available, but also being able to supplement meals. Like if I'm at a hotel where there's like literally no protein available at breakfast, like I want to make sure I have some protein on hand that I could add to that. Because I know personally, like I need that to feel my best throughout the day. Otherwise, I'm going to be a hangry mess all day long.
Yep. Yeah. Very good point. And then drinking water, there's, lots of alcohol usually available when you're on vacation, or sodas or kind of whatever your other beverage of choice is. So making sure that you're drinking plenty of water and always including electrolytes. But Haley and I both really like to push potassium when we're on vacation because our diets just tend to be higher in sodium and just lower in potassium in general when we're on vacation eating out.
Yeah, so that eating out definitely brings in more of that sodium there. So this is to kind of help prevent with some of that like puffiness some people feel when on vacation, that water retention that happens with that. And electrolytes, you're not like definitely drinking regular water too, not just electrolytes, but incorporating those into the routine. And then this is something you and I both talk about a lot with our clients is making sure you're moving your body.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be like you don't have to go to the hotel gym while you're on vacation. Like it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Um, and honestly, like make sure that you're doing something fun and enjoyable while you're on vacation. So like going for a walk, doing different activities if you're at the beach, sightseeing and just leaning into that movement a little bit more.
Yeah, make it fun. And if you feel like going to the hotel gym, by all means, go for it. Get your workout in. I know there's times that I'm like, this sounds really nice because I'm not drained from like work and other things. I'm like, oh, I actually want to exercise and push myself a little bit more here. But yeah, I love more like activity-based things for moving your body because it doesn't feel like a workout.
Yeah, for sure. And then our last bit of encouragement for you on this Monday is to really kind of shift your expectations when you're coming back from vacation. I think sometimes people want to dive right back into all of their healthy habits and routines that they had before going on vacation, maybe a little bit from guilt from overdoing it on vacation, but also just it can be less of like a negative mindset and more of just like excitement to get back into things, but realizing that um you're probably going to be really exhausted after coming back from vacation. You might need to sleep in a little bit more. You probably have extra laundry to do and you have to go grocery shopping, and there are just other factors at play that may make it where you're not as successful as you want to be. And so just preparing yourself mentally, so that you're not disappointed or hard on yourself when you're not doing things to the way that you hoped them.
Yeah, and one last thing with this, if you start to embrace the balance where you're not in vacation mode versus home restrictive mode and you're not having that constant guilt around more indulgent food choices or out of the ordinary food choices, that becomes easier to find that balance when you get back to ease back into it, listen to your body and do what you need to do to again feel your best.
Yep, absolutely. So we hope that you have wonderful vacations for the rest of this summer. And we will see you on Thursday for our very first full episode for season 3.